Good afternoon, welcome to the instructional video for the Burstner travel van T620G. So going around the outside first, we've got the habitation door. This customer's had a security lock fitted to it for extra security. There is an awning fitted to the top and an external step. Your fridge vents are located just there. Behind the wheel we have got an external mains socket, both 12 and mains, and if you want an external aerial linking to it, you can do it through that point there. In front of that is your locker area or your gas. So you need two buttons to just undo this. The vehicle does come with a pigtail, connects onto the regulator just there, and that will take two gas bottles, just making sure you keep the vents free from any obstruction. Locks with the key, and there's one key to lock all external areas. The external locker area opens by pulling the handles sort of that way, and it does have a retainer in the top there to secure it back. This one's also been fitted with an alarm, and you'll see there's an alarm fob just there. Toolkit is located there. The Burstner pack is just there with the manuals, the handbooks and everything inside there, and your fitted sheets. You have a light just located there, and your awning pole for the awning there. We have a separate awning video on YouTube, so I'll send you the link for that. It is heated into here. You'll see your heating ports just there, and they're the cushions for the makeup front bed, and your TV box is located just there for you. Towards the rear of the vehicle we've got your reversing camera just pointing up there, so that'll kick in as soon as you put the vehicle into the reverse gear on the automatic gearbox. We have your tying points for tying things down, securing them in the garage points. They'll slide along the rails, and again you'll see there's an access door from either side of the vehicle. Forward of that we've got your toilet cassette, so press the two buttons to open the toilet cassette, lift up the orange lever, pull it out, unscrew the little grey cap at the top, and press the vacuum button at the bottom. Turn it upside down, empty it. You can then clean it out. Use the handle to pull it and the wheels to slide it along. When you finish cleaning it, slide it back in and make sure it just sits into that little point there. You will need to remember to have the toilet cassette blade inside closed. Now in front of that we've got your service locker area. So you'll see on the door itself you've got your filler port for the water and your key for draining the wastewater. The key for the wastewater just goes underneath the sticker onto that little metal valve there, and that will empty the wastewater through the grey pipe underneath. Filling up the fresh water, you will need to remove the key, take off the white cap, and put the filler neck just in place, just like that. Once the water is full, it will overflow, and you'll see that it is a transparent tank, so I've left some water into to explain to you. Just there, you will see it. You will also have water coming out from the filler neck as well. To drain and fill it up, you need to turn this little valve finger tight, anti-clockwise to drain it, and clockwise to fill it up. The first click will allow you to fill the tank up to 20 litres. Going a little bit further will allow you to fill the tank up to the 110 litre full capacity. Like I say, you'll see that it is coming and overflowing with the water coming over and outside the vehicle. Main plug-in point will just plug in just like that, and there is a cutout for it to sit in. To the side of it you've got your frost protection valve. Now in the current position that we're at the moment, with the diamond pointing across the vehicle and the little blue button at the bottom just down here pressed in, that will allow your system to fill up. If you want to empty it, flick it across and water will come out underneath the vehicle to allow you to fill it back up again. Turn it across and press the blue button in. Behind that you have another little valve which is currently down in the horizontal position, which is the yellow valve just there. To drain that you need to lift it up vertically, and again if you do that water will come out directly underneath. So all three positions, water tank level, frost protection valve or your water drain levels, will all drain out underneath the vehicle if they're left open. So please ensure they're all in the correct position before then going to use the vehicle water system inside. Moving on from here, we'll then go to the diesel point. So that's where you fill up your diesel, and inside the vehicle you have the bonnet release catch just located just there. Underneath this area here is where your battery is located, and underneath the passenger seat is where your main fuses for the electrical system is located, just underneath there. The seats adjust, so lifting up the front and the back, and then the backrest position there. Armrests adjust there, and the swivel seats on this model work by pressing that forward and then pushing on the seat to then allow you to swivel the seat around. We have Remis cab blinds on the side, and they're also fitted to the front cab area. Front cab area just magnetises together and then clips back in place on both the windscreen and the side doors. On the passenger side we've got your electric window switch, and the same on the driver's side. The bonnet is opened by releasing the bonnet catch. We have screen wash just located there, oil and dipstick there, negative point for jumping the vehicle, and the positive terminal is found just underneath here, which you put your key in the end, just like so, and that releases the cover to show the point here, just to flick on. Moving round, the mirrors will fold in manually, and then we'll electrically operate just using the little dial here, and again you've got your electric window switches there. On this side we've got your windscreen wipers, and then your mode options to take you through to set your date and your time. Leather steering wheel and the steering wheel controls can just be found there. Moving inside the vehicle, and the door is not central locking, so you'll need to open that with the habitation keys. We then find our controls for the step, the awning light and the strip light, and the lights inside the vehicles. So these two lights will work independent of power, you'll see just there. And then the other lights will need the main control panel turning on to operate them. So you do that by pressing the left hand button there. That then illuminates to tell you that you're plugged in, just like that. So your power is running when that's on. Once we're plugged into mains, you'll see there's an indicator that tells you on in the middle that the mains power is coming into the vehicle. Top left hand button tells you what voltage is in your leisure battery. Next one tells you what voltage is in your engine battery. Top right tells you what water level is in the vehicle and what waste level is in the vehicle. And then you've got your pump on. So to get water to the toilet, through your boiler and through your water systems, you must have this pump switch turned on. To the side of that we have got your thermostat. So here, that is for your heating thermostat. One thing to show you is where your RCD breaker is, and that's located just lower down in the cupboard on the passenger side. In front of that we have got the heater control. There is a separate video already running for the heater controls, but I'll go through that with you. So turn it to the motorhome and turn it to the temperature that you want. Select it, turn it then to the water, and once you prime your water through you can select this option. Don't do it if you've no water in the boiler. I'll show you how to do that in a moment. But you can see whatever you select turns it on or off. The next option is your fuel source. So I always turn this on quite quickly, especially when I'm getting to the site and if we're on electric or gas. So again, we're selecting electric 2 kilowatts, electric 1 kilowatt, mixture of gas and 2 kilowatt electric for when it gets colder through the winter, mixture of mix 1 is 1 kilowatt electric and gas only. So select the appropriate option. In this case, we'll select electric 1. Then go to your fan speed, and that's the fan speed for the heating. Eco being slow. Then we've got high, and if we run it on high for about a couple of minutes, it will then allow the fan to start up, and then will allow you to go back into it and select the boost option. Now the boost option takes the power all the way from the hot water to get you up to temperature as quick as possible. If you want to run them both on an effective temperature, running the water on hot, so like that, and then your heating on high. That will equally allow the temperature to get up to speed as for both your hot water and your heating. For your hot water, the one thing that you must remember to do is turn your tap to hot, just tells you on the top hot and cold, and pull water through the boiler. And every time you drain it down, you'll have to make sure that you get a steady stream like that, and it should be flowing steadily, just as I've shown you there. If you have air in the system, this will spit and spurt initially, so you must pull all the air out until you get a steady flow, otherwise you'll get an airlock. Once you've done that, then you can go to your heater controls, which are just located there, and do as I've shown you previously. Towards the back of the vehicle, we've got a Hecky roof light. So to open it, press the button down, pull the handle back, and then make sure before you're driving off, you press it back there. We've then got your fly screen and your blind. Same on your windows, we've got fly screens and blinds located on them, and then the curtain nettings just here. Light switches underneath the bed here, which simply just turn off with the black switches, and you have a main socket and the light switch underneath there as well. The little switch here is your PIR for the alarm system. We fitted an additional alarm system to the vehicle as well as a tracker, and that's what that is. Underneath the beds you can lift up the areas here to gain access to that side, and on this side you've got the same option to lift it up to gain access through then into the under storage area, which then does also lift up if you have longer garments just there. Be careful putting them down that you don't trap your fingers just on there. Storage wise, again, with plenty of storage underneath here. We have got, again, access into that wardrobe area and storage underneath that top step. You have a small infill section that goes just in that location there. Fits in just like so. If you do want to sleep across, you have the option to do that with that infill cushion. Forward of that, we'll move into the bathroom area. So this is the Vario room. So basically, one option is, as you see it here, you have a light switch down there. Toilet fill or flush is just there on your fill position, and then you have your blade for the toilet, which must be closed. So when you're moving the toilet cassette, to open it, you slide it towards the front of the vehicle. That opens the blade, and then slide it back to close it when you're not using it. Storage underneath the sink and storage in there. Please make sure you put them poppers in before you're travelling. And then to slide the unit around, we lift up the catch. Make sure the toilet lid's down and the toilet is slid all the way round, and then slide the unit all the way around there. You've got your shower and your curtain, which stops the door from getting wet when you are showering. Please remember, when travelling, to just lock it back in place. Forward of that, the customer had an aerial fitted and a TV. The aerial is just in the cupboard here. You must make sure that that blue switch is turned on. The switch is just on the front there. And the telly plugs in just there through the 12 volt, and there is a mains option if you want to have that as well. Cupboards lift up just by pinching the button, and that's the same on the two cupboards here as well, and the ones at the back of the vehicle. You have an opening roof light, release the window stays just like so, and then that will lift up and allow it to stay in position. You do that by turning the little dials on both sides, and that will leave it open. You do have a fly screen and a blind located onto that. Seat belts for your travelling guests are located just behind there, and they will pull forward of the seat should you wish to do that. There is fly screens and blinds on all the windows, operating the same way, pushing up for the blind and down for the fly screen. And again, we have a blind on the door and a fly screen, which is located just here for the habitation door. Kitchen area, we have the different plug sockets, your isolation valves, the key for the external security lock, this is an option, and the TV remote. Below that, then we've got more storage, and again more storage. These are all soft close, so just don't force them back, let them go in at their own pace. Fridge unit, turn the fridge unit on, you press and hold that, and then it will light up the display panel. To change the fuel source, you can either put automatic, so it'll do it automatically for you, mains electric manual. The flashing battery will only work when the engine's running, or you've got the fourth option of gas. The next option along does the temperature from the warmest to the coldest. You can generally see with the lights that the fridge unit's on. To turn it off, press and hold the little square button here, and that will turn off. And underneath on the door itself, you have a little catch that just allows you to ventilate it when you're not using the vehicle to stop any build-up of mould. The heating is sent around the vehicle using the different vents, and these can be opened and closed to divert the heating around the vehicle depending on where you want it to show. Behind here we have removable shelves, so you can either have it as coat or you can have it as storage. And underneath this area here, this is where the leisure battery is located. Cab area, this is the automatic gearbox. It has the ratio changer on top, so when you're in automatic it allows you to click the button to help you get up them steep slopes. So turn it off when you're going above 5 or 6 miles an hour, and that will help you up there. Air conditioning, traction plus, hill descent, and then your hazard lights, lock button for the cab, so you can lock the cab doors doing that way, airbag, glove box, and then you have a phone or a tablet holder just here. The sat nav unit and multimedia system is turned on. Little note for this, guys, if it doesn't turn on, if you've not used the vehicle for a couple of days or sorry, a couple of weeks, make sure you go and turn your power on to the head unit. First, if it doesn't work, go to your control panel, press on your control panel, turn it back off, and that will allow you to work the options. So the home button will take you to your home screen. Just give it a chance, not like I did there. And then you can run through your options of radio, navigation, phone, or if you want to plug something in front of the dash here, you have got some auxiliary points to plug into. Drink holders are lower down. And we then come to a conclusion. Hope you find the video useful. Please give us your feedback. We'd love to hear from customers. and we hope it's useful in you enjoying your vehicle going forward. One last point before I forget. Gas hobs, pretty simple. 1, 2 and 3. Igniter in the middle. Make sure you turn your gas on. First of all, make sure you also let the hobs cool down before you put the glass down, and make sure that you turn your gas off whilst travelling away from the vehicle. Thanks for your time. Hope you enjoy it. Hope to hear from you soon. Thank you.